the cops don't just get to assume they have a right to search your vehicle. So here's revoke consent right here. If they say they want to search your car, right there, you say, okay, you can search my car. They say, hey, we want to search your car. No problem. I'll let you search it. Get out of the car. And as soon as they start to search, revoke consent. Show the camera to your trifold. Tell the camera, I'm revoking consent. Put the cop's face on camera and say, I'm showing him the case law that says I'm legally allowed to revoke consent.
So I want you to say, officer, I revoke consent, and they kind of stop searching your car. United States versus Williams, 2018. Tell them right now, I revoke consent, stop searching my car. Say it out loud, and they have to stop immediately. Say it now.
I revoke
consent. Stop searching my car. That's it. Rubio, that's it. He's revoked consent. He's revoked consent.
What's that? I revoke consent of searching my car.
That's it. Okay, cool.
Now, so let's say, for example, though, he gets you out of the car and he's going to search your car using the exigent circumstances clause of the 1925 case of Carroll versus United States.
Automobile searches are one of the recognized exceptions to the warrant requirement. The Carroll Doctrine, named for the Supreme Court's decision in Carroll versus United States, 1925, holds that law enforcement can search an automobile without a warrant when they have probable cause to believe the vehicle contains evidence of a crime and when securing a warrant is impractical.
Search your car using Carroll. Then the circumstances have to be exigent.
Exigent circumstances exception to the warrant requirement. If police have reason to believe that there's a bona fide emergency, they may enter the premises to investigate and remedy. Law enforcement can then search property or seize evidence without one. Ancillary to exigent circumstances is the hot pursuit rule. That is, if a fleeing criminal enters a private home, police in hot pursuit may also enter the home to effectuate a lawful arrest. While there, any contraband that they also see falls under the plain view exception to the warrant requirement. Law enforcement officers do not need warrants to seize evidence of a criminal activity in plain view if they are legitimately in the locations from which the evidence can be viewed. Police do not have to have a warrant to conduct a search incident to a lawful arrest. When conducting a lawful arrest, police may search the person, any area surrounding her, and any area within her wingspan. Consent, by definition, waives the Fourth Amendment right against warrantless searches. The consent exception is important and practical in application. One study completed in the last 10 years found that 90% of warrantless searches are based on consent.
So even if the circumstances are exigent, you can still invoke the 2002 case of United States versus Bradley that says that if you have a locked glove box or a locked compartment, that he cannot search that compartment without a warrant.
Mark and Craig, Pop Brothers at Law. And following up on our last tip, the reason why you want to keep it in a locked glove compartment is in case law enforcement decides to do a warrantless search. You want to have nothing in plain view, and you want to make sure that it's locked. The key is out of the ignition, and they would have to use the key to unlock it, which could lead to us getting it dismissed based on an unreasonable search and seizure.
He doesn't get to search your car and then break into things in your car because he wants to. But you have to have the literature on you. So you should always make sure that you have this in your hands.
Do something, man. Here. So listen, this is an indestructible trifold. That right there, what you want to do is you want to open that up, and on the inside of that, you see this here? On the other side, you invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent immediately, where the sticker is, and then those are the case laws in there so that you know what to say to the cop if he says, I smell marijuana, or if he says that, he wants to search your car. Yeah, that's what I do.
It's just, look, you guys see what freedom fighters go through. I don't want you guys to go through what we go through.
Oh, well, come on. Do you really think I'm going to start answering questions? Hey, man, we're just... No. But do you think I'm going to start answering questions?
No. Just stand here. Stay forward.
Am I being detained?
You're not being... Yes, you are. You're going out of the car.
I know. I know that, but...
We're not telling you not to get out of the car.
But everybody...
Go ahead and go forward, please. Stand right there for me.
He's putting hands on me. Check this out. He's putting hands on me. He's putting...
Perfect.
Well, listen.
Stay there for me.
But right. But just... You don't have a right to search my car. No.
Stay there.
No. You're not. Don't get sued, bro. Don't get sued. Don't. He doesn't know. Get out of my car now.
Am I going inside your car?
Don't get in my car. Shut my car door. Get out of my car.
Go back.
Back the f up. Don't grab me. Don't violate my rights. Don't violate my Fourth Amendment right to illegal searches and seizures. I'll sue you.
We're not.
Don't grab me. Hey, whoa. But don't grab me.
Okay.
So the 2002 case of United States versus Bradley on the trifold, what it says is that If you have a locked compartment, they have to get a warrant to search your car. And that is super important that you guys understand that. That way you're not unlocking compartments for coppers when you don't have to. So you want to use this in conjunction. You want to use United States versus Bradley. My console is locked up, and you want to use that 2018 case of United States versus Williams, where the cop says, "Hey, do you mind if I search your car?" You know he's going to search your car anyway. You just got that gut feeling, and so you go, "Sure, you can search my car." And then when you step out, as soon as he starts to put his mitts in your car, you say, "Up, officer, on my trifold here, it says I can revoke consent, so I revoke consent." Because if he asked you for permission, then you have to give it. That's how you take your rights back from the cops. The cop asks to search your car, say yes. Sure, you can search my car if it's on camera. Because then even if you have a pound of weed in the back, if he asks for consent and then you give consent and then you revoke consent, then anything he finds in the car after you've revoked consent on camera is now fruit of the poisonous tree.
The exclusionary rule is a legal principle which holds that evidence obtained in violation of the Fourth Amendment is not admissible in criminal proceedings. The purpose of the exclusionary rule is to deter police misconduct. If evidence is not admitted, police misconduct will be minimized. In Weeks v. United States, 1914, the Supreme Court held that illegally obtained evidence by federal officers would be excluded in federal criminal proceedings. From 1914 until 1960, federal courts admitted evidence that had been obtained illegally by state officers. This practice would end in Elkins v. United States, 1960. In Silverthorne Lumber Company v. United States, 1920, the court developed the fruit of the poisonous tree doctrine, which held that any evidence that derives from illegally obtained evidence was also inadmissible.
From the 1961 case of Mapp versus Ohio that states that anything that's found under an unreasonable search, and it would be unreasonable if he asked you for consent and you gave consent, and then he finds that pound of marijuana in the back after you revoke consent, he continued to search anyway. If you have it on camera, the judge is going to say, wait a minute, you asked for consent, he gave it to you, he revoked consent. At that point, you have to stop searching. Then the judge is going to say anything you found after that revocation of consent, then what happens is that's fruit of the poisonous tree. Fruit of the poisonous tree. You know, look, it's easy to say these things when you and I are sitting here talking, it's daytime, there's no pressure, right? But when the cop comes up to your car and he says, I want to search your car.
Nothing illegal in the car? All right, so after I'm done, if I ask to search the vehicle to verify what you're saying is true, you don't mind?
I do mind, but only because I'm a lawyer.
Okay. But, so you know what consent is? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
So you have nothing in the vehicle?
I have absolutely nothing in the vehicle.
Okay. And you don't mind confirming that by allowing us to look and make sure there's nothing in the vehicle?
And you guys know, I mean, I have it on this trifold. I had the 1925 case of Carroll versus United States right here. And what it says is, I'm going to read this to you guys just so I can read it exactly. Primary reason for a warrant search of a car is to seize contraband, illegal alcohol, and to stop the loss of life or if the cop's in hot pursuit. So those are the exigent circumstances why he can stop your car and search it. So once that cop pulls you over and he says, hey, can I search your car? Then right away, tell him yes. Sure, you can search my car. Camera's got to be rolling. Make sure the camera's rolling. If you tell him no, he could search your car anyway. Whereas if you tell him yes, then you have entered into the legal two-step with this copper. I say, officer, I got this trifold here, United States versus Williams 2018. I'm explaining the case law to him so it goes around his qualified immunity. And I say, it says here that if I can give consent, then I can revoke consent. You don't got to freak out if he doesn't. Because anything he finds, him continuing to waste your time is a harassment lawsuit. So you got to make sure that you know how to invoke your rights properly. I mean, look, I created this for you. That's how powerful using your rights is.
You can get this trifold on DeleteLawz.com. Delete Lawz with a Z. The $9 digital trifold is one I emailed to you. And then if you lose it, you just print out another one because you got the PDF. Put one in every car. Give one to your mother, your brother, your best friend, your cousin, your lover.